All right, here we go. Our first guest up tonight, as I said, he took a cab here from the other side of the island. He was on the show before. He's an independent filmmaker. He has his new book to talk about. Let's give a late night welcome for Peter Iengo, everybody. Peter, how you doing, buddy?
Hi, Peter.
Give
How
yourself
are
a
you?
clip.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Let me just clip myself up.
Peter was on the show back on season 1 on April 16th, 2008. You were here promoting your award-winning film, Partners.
Yes, yeah.
That was a great film.
Thank you. Yeah, Johnny P was in it.
Yeah, I had a little part. I got shot.
Johnny was in it, yeah.
Let me tell you this. He's the only guy that I did a little part of the movie. I didn't even get a DVD copy of the show. I had to buy it.
All right, listen, Johnny got a distributed autographed copy, and he lost it twice. Okay, lost it twice. So.
No, we had to get back with that. No, but listen, it's a good time. Your family's great. Now you
Thanks,
got this.
Johnny. A lot of fun, man. A lot of fun.
You got the new book out, The New Prophet.
Yes, The Last Prophet, yeah.
The Last Prophet. I'm sorry. What inspires you to write this book?
Well, you know, I originally wrote it as a film, but it's very science fiction, you know, and so, between special effects and so forth, it just it wouldn't be practical, and more importantly, I think probably a lot of it would get lost, you know, with constant CGI and so forth in movie making. So I thought the canvas of a book would kind of be a lot better, you know, to develop the story. So I just I wanted like a new superhero. I wanted like a new comic book character. And you know, if you look at comic books, creators that wrote comics like Stan Lee, the different decades that they created comic books, what they tried to do was they always tried to associate with the things around them. So for instance, take Joe and Jelly Schuster, who started Superman. The whole extraterrestrial thing was big back then in the 30s. So they made Superman, a guy who comes from another planet who has superpowers. Skip ahead, and then you have Stan Lee and the whole kind of Marvel age of the 50s and 60s. We were obsessed with the atomic age. Everybody was going to like mutants were going to come in monsters from nuclear energy and so forth. So we had guys like Spider-Man and the Incredible Hulk, who were all a basis of like radiation and nuclear energy. So I sat down, I said to myself, listen, it has to be based on something that's currently popular social. And to me, that was Doomsday, because I wrote this book before the 2012 prediction, so we all, quote unquote, were going to die. It's nice that we're still here, though.
Yeah.
So there was that, and everybody seemed obsessed. There was guys trying to make money on the end of the world. There was people obsessed with the end of the world. You know, I'm not discrediting global warming or anything, but everybody is pretty much wrapped up, and at some point we have an expiration date. And that's really where I figured that's what's going on. And religion is pretty much the topic. I mean, most of the social and political conflicts we're in right now is over religion. So I chose those topics to make the book.
Now, the overall theme of it, I mean, it has to do with Satan and the good and
Yeah.
the wrong of evil and heaven
Good versus
and hell,
evil,
right?
yeah.
Talk about
Well,
that.
you know, it's again, because I found those things, I was like, well, how can I make a cool story? And I like Superman, and I wanted it to be action-packed. I mean, I wanted the story to have substance, but at the same time, I wanted it to be fun for the reader, like a comic book. So I was like, these guys got to really kick butt. You know, there's got to be awesome scenes in the book. So I was like, you know, let me just go with the Book of Revelations. You know, what's cooler than angels and demons and the devil? I mean, how many movies, you know, have interpreted how cool of a character is he, right? To get in his psyche. And I went on a lot of research. I researched it for a couple of years. I met with a lot of different scholars, different people from the Catholic Church to try to understand Revelations and try to get it as authentic to what angels would be, or Lucifer would be. And the idea of the book is this young kid, he's like, you know, he's 21 years old, and he basically finds out that he has these incredible superpowers, and he's really was chosen, you know, from God, kind of almost like a Jesus character as a new prophet, to stop the devil from destroying the world. And it ties into the whole 2012 thing, although we're well past that, but you know, it's still good. So he uses these fantastic powers to basically go after the devil and stop him. But there's a lot of twists and turns, and I always tell people that if you're interested in not only a fun read, which is action-packed, but more importantly, if you're interested in a little more reality, I mean, obviously, reality of religion is what you believe in, but if you're interested in reality of Book of Revelations or the Bible and what the traditional Lucifer, the devil, is like and what angels are like based on what's told from us from the Bible, then this book is that. You know, I've tried to have fun with it, obviously, but at the same time, it's it articulates and paints a very, very realistic picture if they're real. You know, whatever you believe.
I know a few devils. I should read the book.
You should.
Yeah?
You might notice some people in the book.
Might be some people I know in there.
Now, it's a short read, and it's going to be a 3-part series, as you were telling me.
Yes.
Now, I know you're very passionate about all your work.
Yes.
And there's a lot of different religions and nationalities. Why do you think that your book is going to appeal to your readers more than anything
Anything else? Yeah. Well, you know, it's a good thing you said it's a 3-part series. It is. The second book is coming out in 2014. Like you said, they're short reads. This one is a little over 100 pages. The next book is about double the size, and we'll see what happens with the third book in the process of that. But you know, it's it follows the whole line of Revelation. So, not to get all religious. Revelations is kind of split up. So you have the story about Lucifer as a fallen angel, and you have the idea that he's going to have 2 children, which are the 2 antichrists, and they're going to rise in political and religious power, and they're going to kind of merge the world into one way and kind of destroy it. Then you have this story about the 4 horsemen of apocalypse, which is like these 12 seals around the world are going to break over a period of time, and they'll unleash these 4 horsemen, which represent 4 different elements like death and pestilence and so forth, and they'll come after us and basically, you know, end the world, if you will. Why it appeals to people? You know, because I think everybody enjoys reading stories about good versus evil. I think everybody enjoys learning a little bit more about history. Even if it's not your religion, I think people are interested. It's fun. You know, that's the question, why do people still today, almost 75 years later, read Superman? You know, it's just fun. You know, it's exciting.
Well, I think you're super talented from what I'm listening to.
He's a very good reader. He's a very good talker.
Thank you.
He is. He's a
Yeah,
good
very
talker.
good. I'm excited to read your book, but I was reading your bio since we haven't met. And I was just wondering, I know you went to Five Towns College for writing and filmmaking.
Yes,
And now
yeah.
you're teaching there.
I was.
You were?
I was, yes,
Well, do you
I
have
was.
any advice to give to any aspiring writers like myself or filmmakers who want to get into the business, looking to do what
Looking
you
to
do?
That? You know, I always told students and I always tell people, you know, it's a matter of dedication. You know, this is the type of career, whether you're writing books or you're in, you know, on working in television or film production. You know, it's the type of career where you have to be willing to start at the bottom. You have to be willing to network as many people as possible, and have a message. You know, have something to say, have something to tell people, and never give up on it. You know, if your message is good and you believe in it, never give up on it. See it all the way through.
Well,
That's
listen,
awesome.
Peter, I'm sorry they're giving us a single. That's your time. Is there anywhere for people getting in touch with you on the internet?
Sure. We just did a new movie which is about kind of social issues. They've been closing a lot of prisons in the United States, so we just did this movie about how it's been affecting the economy and people. So you can check out our website, indeliblefilmsllc.com. So again, indeliblefilmsllc.com. You can check out our new films, the new book.
The new book, The Last Prophet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
He has a whole case for everybody, so when you go out, make sure you see him.
Yeah.
Peter Iengo, everybody.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
taking mental
He's a
notes.
great speaker. I tell you, I should take some lessons off of this kid.
Yeah.